So it's the end of a very frustrating week for me. Today is a losing day, red day, $106.04 down. That leaves me down on the week as well, and we'll go over that in a second, probably, if I remember. So today took a long, went 2.2 in favor on the bid, so 2.2 times my risk in favor, or 22 ticks I could have got out on at 876 on the bid, and came back down, and I was trying to hold for targets, got stopped. Fair enough. But it stung, because this has been the habit all week, really, just a lot of chop before the move. Then I got in here based on order flow, which again we're going to talk about that in a second as well. 54, went up there like 1.4, 1.3, 1.4 hour in favor, came back down. And even though order flow confirmed here, for whatever reason, I just couldn't hold on today on a Friday, and after cock-ups all week, I just got out here at break even. And again, that one went from 54 to, you could have got out on at 81 for 2.7 on the bid. But all this talk of where you could have got out, the fact is the targets weren't at 877 or 876 or 881. The target was 907 right here. And so if you wanted to get this, you'd have to see something go 2 point something R in favor, stop out, 2 point something, nearly 3 R in favor, stop out, and then get the third one, and after 2 1R stops, then you would be rewarded with 852 to 907, which is 48 plus 7, 5.5. So you'd lose 2, make 5.5. Very difficult to do, especially if you've just taken 2 and it's on the same instrument as well. So choppy trading, giving back a lot of intra-trade profits, and I was dancing between trying to let it run and taking small profits along the way. So in that sense, I think I've done a decent job. Let's look at the stats for the week. We'll just look at YM. I took one trade other than the YM this week, and that was the 6A. Next week, I'll just be taking only YM trades. So here we go. This is what the week looked like in YM. 13 trades. The end result, $92.84 down, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, if you include that break-even, negative break-even trade. 9 losers and 1, 2, 3, 4 winners. So that's not bad. Down less than 2 hours with 3 proper winners, 1 break-even winner, and then 8 losers and 1 break-even loser. So basically 8 to 3 with 2 losers for 2 break-evens for 13 trades. So yeah, that's that. Now, looking back over the week, let's just do a brief inventory of the week without getting into too much detail. This one went just shy of 2 R in favor, about 1.7. This was Monday. After letting go of a ton of opportunity earlier in Monday, I took one late in the evening, which is always a bad sign when you sit and watch all day and take one in the evening. And that didn't work. Then I took a nighttime trade, which I really need to knock on its head. That went 2 R in favor. I got break even for that. And then this we covered in other videos, loss. And then again, once again, this was a 2.5 hour gain, but the target was much further out. So I salvaged a bad situation in the sense that if I was going for targets throughout the week, this week would have been a much bigger losing week, because you would have given back all of that gain and then taken a loss. Then same here, stopped out, trying to use order flow to get in, stopped out and then got in again and rode that down. Stopped here, nothing to say about that. Now we're on, what are we on now? The 4th, so that's Thursday. Another nighttime trade, which is a loss. And that meant that I wasn't up and available to take this short here, which would have won beautifully, and if I was holding to target and held to target, that would have been one of the only trade this week that got to target. And then a short here which lost, and then a long here which I took off too soon. So really I can't really fault my trading this week. It's just the setups didn't follow through. And then Friday, basically, I've given up here. If I had been around to take this trade, then that one would have got to target as well. So that leads me on to order flow. I think although order flow has its benefits, definite benefits, I think it's causing me more harm right now than good, because I don't see any reason why I couldn't have gotten these trades without order flow. We're just looking at the charts. So yeah, this one needed order flow, but I shouldn't have been up at night anyway. This one, there's a reversal candlestick that's easily identifiable. This one here, I've taken the short here based off of this reversal candlestick, and then another short here based off of this one. So no extra help there in terms of order flow. And then same here, order flow got me in too soon. If I'd just taken the reversal candlestick, granted I would have been closer to a stop here, one tick away from a stop, but that would have worked as well. So it's just a case of, and then here's a nighttime trade, and then this one was an order flow entry. So basically I think I'm leaning too heavily, as I mentioned before, on the order flow thing. So next week I think I'm going to at least use the order flow only in a rudimentary way, if that's how you pronounce that, to get into entries rather than looking at it obsessively throughout the day to quantify different things. I'm going to back right off and potentially not use order flow at all, because I've passed the combine without it, and I'll be able to, that means I can do so without it this time around. And I've also achieved very good results where the YM is concerned, and the combine in general hasn't been bad, even if I'm not anywhere near the target. I'm still profitable, and I've done so largely without order flow, because since I've tried to incorporate this, I've essentially broken even for the last 2.5, 3 weeks, going up, going down. So I think that the emphasis needs to be on just getting back to basics. So what do I mean by getting back to basics? I'm going to pause the video and then write it down. Right, so this is the plan. In bed before midnight every night. If that doesn't happen, no trading the next day. And if necessary, I'll put this out on YouTube, you know, just to keep myself accountable. 2, no watching from the phone day or night. That's just causing me extra stress, and the trade is going to do whatever it's going to do in any case. So conserve your energy, put the trade on, and let it work out to its conclusion according to your trade plan. 3, look to order flow to qualify a candle, if I look to order flow at all. Only 5 lot executions and above, so no single lot or unfiltered executions, because that just confuses me. 4, hit singles when the market isn't breathing towards targets. This is the main one really. The unwillingness to shift gears when the market's shifting. We had a really good day in terms of getting to targets on Monday, and that's usually a sign that the market's not going to get to targets thereafter for a while. And just when you get fed up of trying to hold to targets and then having targets miss, that's when the market's going to start up again. So basically have a plan in place to hit those singles when the market isn't breathing towards targets. So I did a pretty good job of that this week, as you've seen in prior videos. Could have done a better job, you know, like on this one, and then got back in, but it's difficult to do that without a crystal ball. So I did well with that one, but just bear that in mind, hitting singles when the market isn't breathing towards the targets, and sticking with that until the market proves otherwise. So at the moment, we are in a mode of taking smaller gains. So I'll look for smaller targets and be a little bit more aggressive with profit taking until the market shows its hand. And then execute the pre-trade plan. So if I've got a plan, for example, I'm in here and I'm looking to run it to 07, but I need to protect on the way because I really wanted to take profits up here, but it wasn't within my plan. So I'm going to have a plan and decide whether it's run to the trade time, run to the target time, or take smaller reward for risk time ahead of the trade. So yeah, that's it really. The main one may seem silly, but the main one is the holistic approach, and that is in bed. That's really messed me up this week, and has done for the last 2 weeks actually. I've had a real hard time sleeping, so I've bought some herbal remedies and gonna force myself into bed, and I'm gonna, if I don't get into bed, then I just won't trade the next day and stick to that and see how that goes. So this is in order of importance really. Bed, no phone, keep order flow to a minimum, so just to qualify the candle, and then after that use all my standard charting tools to get out of the trade and manage the trade, and hit singles, which we've pretty much done this week. So yeah, that's it. What else is there to say? I'll pause the video and just show you the updated spreadsheet, and then that'll be it until next week. So there it is. We were up here somewhere, and we've just come down in 3 trades, 1 loss, break even, 1 loss, down to here. So we will see what happens next week in terms of days. Let's have a look at the days. We had 1, 2, 3 losing days, 2 small winning days, and so the net result is, if we add this, roughly 250, 265, 225, 100, about 150 down this week between these days here. So very much in need of a couple big days and some days, but that's all right. We'll see. As long as this low holds, then this is still a decent uptrend, if not a slow one given the size, but that's okay. We'll see how it goes. So that's it for now. I have been holding off from the energy series because I figured if I can't even get to sleep myself for various reasons, then I have no business sharing the information. So I'll feel better about it, like sharing it when I'm actually doing it and reaping the results. So that starts today, in bed before midnight every day, and any day that I'm not in bed before midnight, then there's no trading the next day, and I'm going to stick to that and hold myself accountable, and we'll see what this time next week looks like. So this time next Friday, if I've got anything positive, then I'll be pleased. There's no reason why you shouldn't be positive at the end of the week with this strategy, barring any kind of unusual events, such as, you know, freak black swan events, or if something slips your stop 3 or 4R, then maybe you'll be down. But aside from that, no amount of normal market slippage or any normal market events should make you negative on the week normally. So if I'm positive, that's great, and if I'm anything over $200, $200-300, will tell me that I have done something right. Yeah, of course, it would be lovely to have a $900 up week next week and finish the combine, but I'm not going to bank on that. So that's enough yabbering on for now. I will catch you all in next week's video. Have a nice weekend. Bye for now.